Hi all, thank you for joining me for some yoga today. Today will be a basic flow, where we kind of cover all of the bases. We'll do a few sun salutations, and we'll do a lot of stretching for those hips. We'll do some pigeon. So if you would like to use a support for your pigeon, grab some pillows. We'll also just use a mat and a strap. We'll be using that as well. Grab some water, grab some blocks. Whatever you need to do to make things useful for you and for you to feel successful in your practice today. Remembering that this is your time, so listen to your body. It's all about you. Do as much or as little as you can, and we'll see you guys in class. Think about the top of the head lifting towards the sky. Let's go ahead and drop our chin to chest, and then take our eyes to the sky. And then chin to chest, and eyes to sky, and chin to chest, and eyes to sky. Good, let's drop one ear towards one shoulder, and then other ear towards the shoulder, and then ear to shoulder, and ear to shoulder. Good, let's do a few neck circles here. So maybe taking that back and forth, just nice and slow, warming up that neck, warming up those shoulders a little bit. And as you are doing this, imagining that those shoulders, those arms are very heavy so that your neck can be longer and stretched longer. Good, let's go ahead and drop that chin to chest, lift the head center, let's look over to the right, and then gently looking over to the left. Again, taking your time with this, especially if your muscles are cold. And then to the right, and then to the left. Good, let's bring this back to center. You can shake those arms out. Actually, keep your arms either on your knees or on the floor, whichever feels most comfortable for you. And we'll do some torso circles right here. So we'll circle the torso. And you don't have to keep those legs planted or the glutes planted. If they're moving, that's fine. And then let's circle the torso the other way. Good, and then let's go ahead and rock it, like take it front to back, and then front to back. And on your next front, hold it forward so that you get a good stretch in the bottom of the glutes, top of the hamstrings, right there. And then in those hip flexors. And then lift this back up. Let's do it one more time. Kind of hinge that forward. And again, get that nice little stretch. And bring this back to center. Good. Maybe shake those arms out. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. And then exhale and press this down. Make a big space with your arms. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale and press it down. And inhale and sweep this up. And as we exhale, let's clasp those hands behind us. Let's open up that chest. Eyes to the sky. Arms are going to go down towards the bottom of your spine. And then drop our chin to chest as we lengthen through the neck, through the shoulders. Arms are behind the back, so we're opening the chest. Lifting head center, bending at our elbows. Release our arms. Let's inhale and sweep this up. And exhale and press. Inhale and lift. And again, as we exhale, let's clasp those hands behind, open up that chest, and drop our chin. Lengthening through the arms, through the neck. Lift our head center, bend at our elbows, but take our hands over to right waist. And then let's take that elbow back towards the spine, towards the center of your back. And then let's switch sides. So take it to the other side, elbow going back. And then gently release that. Let's sweep our arms up, drop our left hand in front, right hand behind. So now we're getting a little torso twist or a good. Let's take it to the other side and right arm forward, left arm back. Reach this up, and again, left arm forward, right arm back, and lift this up, And right arm forward, left arm back. Good. Reach this up. Let's go ahead and drop that right arm down to the side and reach with that left. So keeping that left glute, left hip, trying to keep that glute to the floor and lengthening through that torso and through the arm. Planting that right hand, keep that planted. Let's go ahead and take our left hand to our left waist and then open up that chest like we do in a triangle. So we're going to open this up, kind of twisting that towards the sky. And maybe even taking that arm back a little bit so you kind of force that open there. Not force, but you gently open that. Good. And then reach that arm back over. Nice. And let's lift this up. Take that left hand down. Let's glue that right glute and hip into the floor. Reach through that right arm. Planting our left hand. Let's take that right hand right to the waist and then open up that torso, that chest, kind of a little twist here. We engage a lot of things here, a lot of the hip, the waist, and bring this back to center. Reach that arm over and then lift this up. Good. Reach over to the right and up. Reach over to the left and up. One more time each side. Reach right and lift this up and reach left and lift this up. Let's clasp our hands at the top, palms facing the ceiling. Lengthen through that torso. So make some space in the lungs, in between the ribs. And let's inhale deeply here. And exhale, sigh out. Inhale deep. And exhale, sigh out. Inhale deep. And exhale, sigh out. And one more time, inhale deep. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and drop those arms towards the floor. Good. Roll our shoulders out. Good. Roll those back and then maybe roll that forward. Crunch our shoulders up to our ears and then release that down. Good. Heavy arms. Let's look over to the right, imagining that we can take that chin all the way over that right shoulder, and then our eyes are going to look back a little further. Left hand is going to go to right thigh, right hand behind us. Let's lift this up and a deeper twist here, breathing deep. Do a few deep breaths here. And then bring this back to center. Good. Looking the other way. So look over to the left. Take our chin over. Our eyes are going to go back a little bit further. Let's take that right hand to left thigh, left hand behind. Lift this up and twist deeper here and breathe. Good, and then bring this back to center. Sweep our arms up once again. And as we exhale, let's take our hands behind us, lean ourselves back, and take our feet. We'll take our feet as wide as the mat or as wide as feels comfortable. So you can go as wide or as narrow. And then let's go ahead and drop our knees from side to side. Say hello to those hip flexors and those glutes. Good. Let's go ahead and keep the left foot in front. And you can do a quarter turn or a half turn. And we'll do a nice deep spinal twist, lengthening through the torso, through the arms. So you can be on your hands, on your elbows, or all the way down onto the floor. Lengthen and breathe it deeply here. And then let's press ourselves up, but keeping that left leg in front. We're going to twist towards the left and lift that hip and glute off the floor, and then bring it back to center. Twisting towards the left, bring it back to center, and twist, and bring it back to center, and then twist. Good, and bring it back to center, leaning it back. Take our feet wide again, and then let's go ahead and drop our knees side to side. Let's keep our right leg in front and either quarter turn or half turn into that spinal twist on the hands, on the elbows, or all the way down onto the floor. Lengthen through that and breathe. And then let's press ourselves up. Keep that zigzag there. Let's twist to the right and bring this back to center. And twist to the right and back to center. Twist to the right and back to center. And one more time, twist that to the right and back to center. Good, let's take our legs underneath us and we'll go onto all fours. So we'll move into our cat and cow, warm up our back, upper back, lower back. So our shoulders are right over our wrists, and let's have those hips right over the knees. So we've got some nice alignment here. Drop our belly to the floor, eyes to the sky. You can go ahead and keep it here and maybe rock it from side to side. Allow that low back to really stretch, allow gravity to do some work here. And then very slowly, let's roll that spine up. So arch that, one vertebrae at a time, comes apart, arching that back. And then again, maybe side to side, rocking that. And maybe a little front to back here, because then you'll feel it in those wrists too, and in the shoulders, the upper shoulders. Good, and then let's go ahead and bring this back to center. Let's make that a little faster, so we'll go into cat and cow. A few rounds of that, so dropping belly, eyes to the sky, inhale, rounding up, chin to chest, exhale, and dropping down, inhale, rounding up, and dropping that down, and rounding it up. Let's flatten the back, lift our left arm, let's sweep that left arm up, and then sweep it through, thread the needle, take this down, shoulder and temple on the floor. Both palms down onto the floor, or you can take that top arm and reach it around for the top of the other thigh. So right arm is reaching around for the top of the left thigh or that hip flexor if you want. You don't have to go here. It just opens the shoulder, chest a little bit more. And then gently release this. Press ourselves back up, cat and cow. Drop belly to the floor, eyes to the sky, inhale. Round our spine, and drop that belly, and round that spine. And flatten the back. Let's take our right arm up, sweep this through, thread the needle, temple on the floor, both palms on the floor. And then you can take that top arm around, so left arm goes around to the top of the right thigh. If you want, you don't have to go there. And breathing it here. And then go ahead and release that. Bring that up, cat and cow once again. Drop belly to the floor, eyes to the sky. Rounding up, chin to chest. And then let's flatten our back. Take ourselves back into child's pose. So taking ourselves all the way back. Glutes are going back towards those heels. Lengthen through those arms. Maybe looking towards those fingers, walking our fingertips and then gripping the floor. Bringing ourselves back up onto all fours. We'll go into our bird dog balance. So let's lift our right leg, flex through that foot, and lengthen through left arm. We'll hold our balance here, kind of lengthen through that. And then let's take elbow to knee. We'll go for 6 times. So bring this in for 6 and reach. Here's 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good, holding it here. Bend at our right knee, bottom of the foot facing the ceiling. Let's go ahead and shoot that left arm back. You can keep it here or reach back for that foot. You're opening chest, opening arm, stretching through that back. Breathing it deep. Good, lengthen back through this. Nice long bird dog. And then release the arm, release the leg, child's pose. Take this back and stretch through that. Looking at our fingers, let's grip the floor, bring ourselves back up. And then this time, let's take our left leg out, flex through that foot, reach through right arm. So we've got that balance here. Take elbow to knee 6 times, so bring this in for 6, and 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding this, bend at the knee, bottom of the foot facing the ceiling. Shoot that right arm by your side or reach back for that foot. Again, lots of stretches here, stretching the front of the thigh, opening up the shoulder, the back, the chest. And then lengthen back through this. Release the arm, release the leg, child's pose. Take this back and breathe this here. Looking forward at our fingers, let's walk our hands over to the right and then take our left hand and place it right on top of that right hand for an even deeper stretch in the left waist, and try and get that left glute to left heel. Walking hands over the other way, so walk towards the left, take that right hand, place it right on top of that left hand. Now right glute to right heel. And bring this back to center. Good, bring ourselves up onto all fours. We'll move into some sun salutations. So let's curl our toes under and keep our knees bent as we lift our tails to the sky. So stretch through that spine, relax through the head and neck, maybe nodding the head a little bit or shaking it. And then beginning to pedal those feet. So dropping our heels towards the floor. And then allowing those heels to just drop towards the floor, lifting up on our toes, heels high, and let's drop those heels over towards one side. So I'm taking them over to the right. Lift this up and drop heels over towards the left. And lift this up. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands, to standing forward fold at the front edge of the mat. Go ahead and grab those blocks if you would like to use them this morning. So we've got our forward fold. Our feet are pretty close. You can even have them touching if that's comfortable for you. But planting our heels, planting our toes, we're in that forward fold. If your hamstrings are tight, always feel free to keep those knees bent. So you can get that nice fold of the spine over towards the floor. Go ahead and take opposite elbow with the opposite hand and allow that to frame your head. So now upper body is even heavier. Falling over towards the floor. Releasing our arms. Let's flatten our back and look forward into monkey. So hands are either on blocks or on the shins, flattening our back into a nice table. And then release this forward fold. Inhale it into monkey, flattening that back and looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. And then let's exhale it around into chair. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale it into monkey, flattening that back and looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale around to chair. Inhale and lift this up. And let's dive it down and over. One more time like that. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale it around into chair. Inhale and lift it up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Let's take our right foot forward and then our left foot goes back. So back into a high lunge. Using the block or the floor with that left hand, let's go ahead and do a spinal twist over to the right. So twisting this over, breathing deep into this twist. That lunge can be as high or as low as your body's going to let you go today. Remembering that every day is different. This is your practice, listening to your body. Let's go ahead and take that right arm to the inside of the right leg. So that shoulder is kind of inside towards that knee. Let's drop our left knee to the floor, uncurl our toe, and press ourselves up into crescent on the floor. So reach up through this, lengthen through those arms. And then release this back into that lunge. Let's take our right foot back to meet our left foot into top of plank. Good, let's shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Heart is going to go towards the floor and then heart up off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift ourselves up into our downward facing dog and breathe. Relax. Centering our weight, let's lift our right leg up. So we've got our 3-leg down dog, but our weight is centered in our arms. Thinking about those hips being centered, let's rotate that ankle that's in the air and rotate it the other way. Bring that knee into the nose. Let's go for 3 of these. Knee into the nose and then lift this up. Knee into the nose and lift this up. Knee to the nose and lift this up. And this next one, let's bring it all the way through back into that lunge. So if that means walking it forward, then go for it, or helping that leg forward, however it is to get to this lunge. And then you can use that block on whatever height or the floor. And we've got that spinal twist once more over to the right. Bring this back to center. Using the blocks or the floor and using your core, bringing ourselves up, balance, warrior 3, that modified warrior 3. And then releasing that leg towards the floor. So we've got our standing forward fold. Inhale it into monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, around chair. Good, inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Left foot forward, right foot back into lunge. Right hand on block, whatever. And then let's go ahead and take that left arm to the inside of the left leg. Shoulder's going to kind of go to the inside of that knee. Drop our back knee, our right knee. Uncurl that toe. Lift ourselves up and crescent on the floor. Reach. And release this. Let's bring ourselves back into that lunge. Take our left foot back to meet our right foot to top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press. And downward facing dog and breathe. Let's center our weight once again and lift our left leg this time. Rotate that ankle that's in the air and rotate it the other way. Good, bring that knee into the nose for 3 times. So let's bring this in for 3, and lift. It's 2, and lift, And last one. And lift, and then let's bring this all the way through, back into that lunge. You can walk it forward, help that leg forward. And then right hand either goes on the floor or the block, and we do that left spinal twist one more time. Breathing deep. Bring this back to center, using your core, blocks, or floor, and lifting up, balance, warrior 3, modified right here. And bringing that leg forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale it around into chair. Let's hold here in chair. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Take the outside of the left elbow to the outside of our right knee. Seated spinal twist. Breathing it deep. Bring this back to center. Sweep our arms up. Dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Take it into chair once again. Hands to heart, and now the outside of the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Seated spinal twist. Bring this back to center. Sweep our arms up. Dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Right foot forward, left foot goes back into lunge. Left hand on block. Spinal twist. Back to center. Take our right foot back to meet our left foot to top of plank. Shift our weight forward. Drop to fronts of our knees. Uncurl toes. Heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift, downward facing dog, and breathe. Center our weight, lift our right leg up, bring our right leg through, back into lunge. Using the floor or your blocks, modified warrior 3 into that balance. Bringing that left foot forward, standing forward fold. Inhale it into monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, around to chair. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release, left foot forward, right foot back, lunge. Right hand on block or floor, spinal twist to the left. Bring this back to center. Go ahead and take our left foot back to meet our right foot to top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press, downward facing dog, and breathe. Center our weight, lift our left leg. Bring our left leg through, back into that lunge. Using the floor or the blocks, modified warrior 3 balance. Lift that up. And then release that standing forward fold. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. So take our arms back, imagining shoulder blades touching. Inhale and lift. And exhale, dive it down and over. Right foot forward, left foot goes back. Drop our left heel. Our front right foot is lined up with our back left arch. Bring ourselves up, warrior 1. Bending through that front leg. Good. Open this up into proud warrior. Dropping our back arm palm up. Let's reach up through this reverse warrior. And then let's windmill our arms down towards the floor, taking our right foot back to meet our left foot into top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes, heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press, downward facing dog, and breathe. Walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale and lift. Exhale, dive it down and over. Left foot stays forward, right foot goes back. Drop our right heel. So now our front foot is lined up with that back arch. And bring ourselves up. Warrior one. Good. Open this up, proud warrior. Dropping that back arm palm up, reach, reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. Windmill our arms down towards the floor. Take our left foot back to meet our right foot to top of plank. Shift the weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press, downward facing dog. Go ahead and nod that head and shake that head. With our weight centered here, let's go ahead and lift our right leg up, bend at our right knee, and drop our right heel over towards the left glute. Maybe flex through that foot. We're going to go into pigeon next, so actually just stretching this here. Bring this bent knee back to center, and let's sweep this through into that pigeon. Remembering you can use support whenever, if you ever need it, below that glute. And you can be on your hands, on your elbows, or all the way down onto the floor. And breathe into this. Let's press ourselves halfway up. Bend our left leg, so bottom of the foot facing the ceiling. Reach our left hand back for that left foot. We'll get a good stretch here for the quadriceps, the front of the thigh. From here, let's take this left leg, swing this around, and we'll go into pretzel. So trying to get both of our glutes towards the floor. Sitting that up tall. Hands to the heart. Breathing it deep. Good, let's release this left leg, take it back behind us, and then press ourselves back up into downward facing dog. And lift this up and breathe. Relax in this down dog. Let it refresh you, that head being lower than the heart. Good, let's center our weight here. This time let's lift our left leg, bend at our knee, and drop our heel over towards the right glute. Flex through that foot. Allow that to open. Bring the knee back to center and let's sweep this through. Taking it into pigeon on the other side, and again remembering if you would like to use support here, grab a pillow, use your block, and you can be on hands, on elbows, or all the way down onto the floor. And breathe. And let's press ourselves halfway up. Reach our right hand back for that right foot. Stretch through the front of the thigh. And then let's take our right leg and swing this around into pretzel. So bringing that around, trying to get both of our glutes towards the floor. Super duper hip opener here, and breathe deeply into this. let's go ahead and take that leg back behind us. Press ourselves up, downward facing dog, and lift this up and breathe. Bring ourselves forward into top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Take our heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, let's press up, downward facing dog. And again, top of plank, shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes. Press it, downward facing dog. We're going to do one more like that. And take ourselves top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes, heart to the floor, heart off of the floor, keeping it here. Take it into Sphinx, so let's go ahead and take it onto those elbows. We're going to do another quadricep stretch here. So lifting our left leg, let's reach our left hand back for that foot. Or the toe, whatever is available to you. Maybe it's a little warmer since we just did it with the pigeon. And then gently release. Let's take it to the other side, so reaching right hand back for that right foot. And release. Hands by chest, press back, child's pose, and get that good opposing release in that low back right there, and breathe. Take our hands by our knees, press ourselves up, take ourselves onto our backs. Go ahead and grab your block. We're going to do bridge work, and then we'll do some work with our legs, so you can grab your strap or belt too. So let's take that block, if you have it, if it's available to you, between those knees, lining up our feet, ankles with our knees, knees with our hips, taking ourselves down onto the floor, nice and aligned, pressing through our hands, through our elbows, through our triceps. Let's lift that pelvis towards the sky, taking that chin to the chest. And maybe you can watch that belly lift and lower with your breath. Squeezing that block, that'll engage the inner thighs a little bit more here. Maybe those shoulders are underneath you a little bit. Let's go ahead and roll the spine down and print that spine onto the floor. So nice rolling. And then pelvis goes down, and then lift this up. We're going to do that 2 more times. So go ahead and roll the spine down, 1 vertebrae at a time, imprint onto the floor, and then lift this up. And 1 more time, rolling that down, imprinting that 1 vertebrae at a time, and lift this up and hold. And breathe it here. Very slowly. Go ahead and roll this down, and then once you're at the bottom, release that. You can take that block and place it off to the side. Let's reach behind one knee, pull that in, and then reach behind the other, pull that in. Reach behind both, chin to chest, forehead to the knees. And let's go into happy baby's pose. So either grabbing the outside or the inside of those feet. Imagining that back is a rectangle, so shoulders are pinned and then hips are pinned. Imagining our knees are going right by our rib cage, pinning to the floor, and you can rock it from side to side, or you can keep it still, whatever feels the best for you in this nice releasing pose. Breathe it deep. Good, let's release the right leg, release the left leg. Then line ourselves back up. Feel free to use a block if you want, but you don't have to. Line our feet up with our knees, knees with our hips. Press through hands, elbows, triceps. Feet are pretty close to our glutes as we lift our pelvis up towards the ceiling, back into that bridge. Again, maybe those shoulders are underneath you a little bit. Planting through our feet, let's press through our toes and lift our heels up off of the floor. So get a nice stretch in the front of the feet and the toes and the calves. Flatten through that and let's do the opposite. So press through our heels and lift our toes, flexing the feet. And then flatten through that. Line yourself up once again in that strong bridge. Center our weight. Let's press through our right foot to the floor. Lift our left leg. Take our left ankle to right thigh. Slowly taking ourselves down one vertebrae at a time. And then pelvis is going to go to the floor. Reach behind right thigh and let's pull that in. Another nice hip opener. And breathe. Release our leg, our left ankle still on that right thigh. Press through our hands and lift ourselves back up into that single leg bridge. Release our left leg, take this down to the floor and find your stability with that full bridge. Pressing through our left foot now, center our weight. Let's lift our right leg, take our right ankle to thigh. Lift this up and then slowly taking this down towards the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Once you get to the bottom, let's reach behind that left leg, pull that in. Wonderful stretch for that hip flexor. Inner thigh, outer thigh, and hip. Gently release that left leg towards the floor. Right ankle still stays on that left thigh. Lift ourselves back up into that single leg bridge. Release our right leg into full bridge right here. So holding this full bridge, breathing deep. You might be even feeling a little stronger here after that opening and stretching that we just did. Pressing through our feet. We'll do 4 full breaths here, 4 deep inhales and exhales. So you can take that at your own pace or you can come along with me. So we'll inhale it deep and exhale and inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale and inhale. And as we exhale, let's slowly lower our pelvis towards the floor and release that. Very good. Reach behind one knee, pull that in. And then reach behind the other, pull that in. Reach behind both, chin to chest, forehead to the knees. And then happy babies pose one more time. So either grabbing the outside or the inside of the feet. You can grab that big toe, whatever works best for you. And maybe it's a little bit looser in those hips. You can rock it or you can keep it centered. Still, whatever again feels the best for you in this moment. And then let's release left and release right. Line that up for bridge once again and lift ourselves up into a bridge just to get a stretch for the hip flexors. And then release this back down. Good, go ahead and grab your strap. Let's take our strap around our right foot. And go ahead and pull that in towards you. Give that leg a hug. Press up through the heel to the ceiling, pulling that leg towards you. Keep the strap in the left hand and let's go ahead and drop that leg across the body into that deep twist. The arms are out and you can look away from those legs. So getting a full twist here. Deep breath, and maybe as you are twisting right here on the floor, recognizing maybe where you're feeling this at. Feeling it in low back, upper back, maybe hip. Maybe you're feeling it in a different place that you've never felt it before. Just recognizing, not trying to judge it, but just feeling that, and send your breath into the areas that might be feeling a little weird. Or maybe this just feels really good. Let's gently bring this leg back to center, pull that towards us, bend at the other leg, release the strap. Reach behind the knee, behind the foot, and imagine that we can fold that leg right onto the belly and the chest. But at that same time, we're fighting against it with that left glute and left hip. So getting a sciatic stretch here. Gently release that leg. Now taking that strap, let's take it around that other foot, so around that left foot. Go ahead and pull that in towards your chest. Press up through that heel to the ceiling, pull the leg towards you. Let's keep the strap in the right hand and let's go ahead and drop that across the body into that deep twist. Maybe looking away, and then maybe recognizing if you're feeling different on this side, if anything feels different on this side. Breathing it deeply. Gently, let's bring this back to center. Pull that leg towards us, bend at the other leg, release the strap. Let's reach behind the foot and behind the knee. And imagining again that we're folding that leg onto the belly and chest. But at the same time, that other glute, so your right glute and hip, are glued into the floor. So you're getting a good opposing stretch for the sciatic nerve. And then let's gently release that. Let's press through our heels towards one end of the room and reach through our fingers towards the other. So we're going to move into final relaxation. And you can use whatever you would like here. Grab as many blankets or pillows or eye pillow or whatever you want to use. And lengthen through that body. You can rotate the wrists, rotate the ankles, reach through that, lift that low back up off of the floor. And as always, if you'd like to stay in your relaxation as long as you want, go ahead and stay there. And I'm just going to do a body scan and then I'm going to come out of this. But again, feel free to stay as long as you would like. With your next exhale, allow yourself to begin to sink and settle into the floor and finding the space that feels comfortable for you, or the space that allows you to relax. So maybe your knees are bent, maybe your legs are straight, maybe your legs are crossed and out. So whatever works best for you as you find your relaxation, quieting that mind. And let's go ahead and take a body scan. So we'll do a mental scan, imagining that you're floating over yourself, looking down on your body. And then imagining that you can see your body in a thermal scan. So all of those different colors. So maybe red being hot or tight muscles, and then blue being cool, green being neutral. So looking at your body, scanning through that from your toes all the way up to the top of your head, imagining your body scan. And then imagining, seeing where you feel those things out. Is there any tightness? Is there any soreness? Is there any anxiety? Was anxiety released? Do your muscles feel really good and lengthened and strengthened now? Recognize these things and allow your body to melt with them, to sink into that, to accept the strength that you have just built in your body and in your mind. Allow yourself just a few moments to bring all of that together. Maybe relax your face, your jaw, your chin. Relax your eyes. your scalp. Then let's slowly begin to bend at our knees and drop both of the knees over towards me. And taking yourself onto your side into the fetal position. It's a very secure and natural space right here. And then from here, go ahead and press yourself up, lifting up and bringing yourself into a seated form that feels most comfortable for you. So you can sit with your legs crossed, or you can sit on a block or on a pillow. But sitting this up nice and tall, crown of the head lifting towards the ceiling. Maybe drop that chin and take the eyes to the sky. Bring the head center, sweep our arms up. Bring our palms together, dropping hands down in front of the heart. Eyes follow our fingers, chin to chest. Lifting head center, take fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth and thoughts of love, thoughts that are kind and thoughts that are pure, thoughts that encourage and uplift and do not discourage or tear down. Taking fingers to the lips. As we leave today and speak with others, let us speak words of love and words of truth, words that encourage and uplift and do not discourage or tear down. Taking hands to heart. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling. And as always, thank you for joining me today. Remember that you are seen and that you are heard. You are important. You are valuable. You have a voice and you have a choice. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.